Hello and welcome. My name is Trismegistus. Hello, Greg. How are you doing? And today we're going to be playing some more Satisfactory. I'm running a little bit late, so I've not strapped up my wrist with my carpal tunnels. You have to just give me a second. Hopefully the audio's coming through. Cool. Hope you're well anyway. Right, check. Get this on. Tight on. Usual fiddling about. Settings. I'm late because I was listening to the Monaco Grand Prix. I had to pause it. So I had to do some bits and pieces. And they appear to be going for the world's most turgid, or the most turgid ever running of the Monaco Grand Prix. It's never good. The cars are too big now, basically. They're huge cars compared to what they used to be. And it means there's absolutely no possibility of overtaking, to the extent that this year they've introduced a second mandatory pit stop to try and force something to actually happen. I've actually been to the Monaco Grand Prix. We went years ago now, but it was quite an experience. It was really amazing place to go. It's sort of, I always said, and that's why we went, that it's the one race I kind of hate every year, but I would, love to go and see. So we did. It was a little bit of a holiday as well to southern France. Right, so the plan we'll call it a plan. I'm probably going to go over to the desert and set up some sort of base there, because I'm getting a bit miffed basically with all the other base that I've done, the fact that it's very slow, and given that, because we've got the aluminium running basically, so hopefully that'll fill up some chest. I think I need to do something on it though, and I think it's connect the quartz, but given this belt is stopped, I don't know if that means that the quartz is there and it's just not working, or what basically. I have a feeling I haven't actually finished that bit, so I think we probably need to do that first, which is why, as I say, the plan is the desert. Whether we get there or not today, I don't know, because as I've been moaning, I find it very, very manual, this game, where it turns out I love in Factorio is the automation of everything. Whereas this, you still have to do a hell of a lot by hand, and it feels slow, basically. I've been watching some of this as an influence from my friend. Good. Right, so yes, we're over here, as I say, because we've got this vehicle here. What's it got in it? It's got some bits and pieces. Because if we're going to go to the desert, we'll need to take a bunch of kind of supplies with us. There is loads of resources in the desert, but there's also lots of, I think, much higher level than when I was there. Like the hog things, I think, are over there. Okay, so it's got some bits in it. It's got lots of fuel in it, which is good, which is the thing I was wondering. Okay, so, as I say, we need to look at this quartz, because it's not moving, and I don't know why. Oops, that would be me jumping over the belt. No, that's me jumping over the belt again. Right, so let's run along the belt and see if we can find a point. Did I just run out? Ah, it goes through a cliff there. That's interesting. I suspect it goes all the way there and it just stops, and I haven't actually, because I need to crush it to get the actual, whatever it is, crystals or something, or powder or something like that. So as I say, I suspect it goes all the way, but we will trace it along. Yeah, it's all up there. Let's see if we can jump on the little speed boost as well. Oops. Yeah, so we're all the way up here. I just came over here by the tubes. The irony that I made a train system and then it's the tubes that I'm just using. I haven't actually built any trains. is not lost on me. Yeah, so it looks like it goes all the way to the other base. I guess we've just not crushed it, because it would be moving, you know, because we certainly wouldn't have filled that container of aluminiums. I have a feeling I'm not actually... I think I'm a long way off on this, is my actual memory, that I need to do copper as well, because the thing we need as well involves copper, I think. So like we have to do a combined aluminium and copper thing. So do you just stop here? Is this the problem? You do, look. Stops. Okay. Have I set up a belt going along here? We've got... What the heck is that? Is that... That's coal, isn't it? Okay. Coal is using something then, is it? Right, okay. If you can't tell, I have not touched this since last Sunday. What's the inspiration then you're getting then from this? And not to play it. So yeah, this coal. Brilliant. And then what? Because it would make me very happy just to go away and mess about in the desert. And then come back and find that it's made all of the aluminiums and heavy frames that we need. So, coal is arriving. And does what? It goes in there. Okay. So that's full of aluminium scrap. So that's not a problem, obviously. What we got here? Ah, this is where we need the silica. Right. So, one option is we could go along the top of that belt and just bring it here. Is this the out? This is the output, isn't it? Yeah. We could bring the raw silicon stuff basically here, and I think crush it into the silica. Do we have? We have a belt there, which looks like it's meant to be some sort of input. Ah, here we go. So this was meant to be, because this outputs some silica. Yes. And then what we need to do, even though we can't do any kind of priority splitting, is feed more in there, because yeah, that could be interesting then. Okay. So, what I don't know, there's not a lot of room here, is there? If we build, say, I'm going to guess a constructor. Because it's starting to come back to me. I think we need 200 at 37.5. That's not going to work, is it? Even if we overclock it. This is not getting up to like 200. 100. With it max overclocked. That's not going to work. Oh. Okay. In fact, I don't really need to... just get rid of it. So what we probably need to do then, given we've got no room here, is bring the stuff over. But let's check the maths. I know we're getting 50 out of this, and there's two of them, so we're getting 100. And this one's... Oh, it's not going in there, is it? Each one of these... So 75... 75... So that's 150... 75... 225... 75... 300... Oh, I'm making 100. So we need to make 200 of your finest silicas. Okay. I'm guessing if I put in... So this is why it suddenly occurred to me that I hadn't actually... I've got a chest or a box over at the other place that does have silica in it. Sorry, aluminium stuff in it. But I think that's like absolutely all the aluminium we've made. And that I came back here and it's all just stopped, which is not a good thing. Cool. Still haven't bought it yet. Factorio gal, but don't mind seeing what it's like now and then. Okay. I mean, you know, if you've been seeing some of them, I've been struggling with it, and I say it's because it's so manual, basically. I really enjoy it. Like this is quite fun, you know, the kind of building things and throwing spaghetti belts around and that sort of thing. But when it comes to, I guess, yeah, we just go along the top of the car, basically. When it comes to saying, right, to do your next milestone, you know, you need 100 of the heavy frames, and I think every single one of them needs like 100 heavy frames and like 250 heavy frames, and that recipe makes like 2 a minute, basically. So 100 is 50 minutes. So then you say, oh, right, well, you got a parallel, you know, you got, like you do, you got to build 5 machines, which is great. Yeah, I can do that, and I can use blueprints because I've got a few of those now. But you still have to build everything manually. You can't just copy and paste something from like you can in Factorio. And so that's the bit where I'm kind of struggling with it, basically. I don't know how people, you know, I suppose it's that thing of like, because you obviously see these builds where people have done amazing things, you know, with aesthetics, basically. You know, and the bases look amazing, and, you know. And it feels like that's more of a... If I was more into that side of it, then I think I'd enjoy it more. Which, you know, I don't dislike that part of it. I suppose it's like my aesthetic series in Factorio, where, you know, I was doing that having played the game 3,000 hours. So if I'd done similar here, I'd probably be more into that. You know, like once you know where all the iron is, and you know where all the... Why? Oh, no. And you know where all the oil is, and you can just go, right, we're going to build an oil refinery here, and that sort of thing. But, yeah, I do not have that knowledge and experience. So. How about we just stick in this silicon processing here, maybe? Where are we going to put it? Oh dear, copy paste is so critical. You're the champion of Victoria. It was quite a long series on that. I love that mod, Victoria. I assume it's been updated for, you know, for 2.0. Where's this coal coming out and going to? I'm in the wrong bit, aren't I? This is it over here. I know, it's just a different thing, you know. It's a bit like... I was watching Tim Kane's thing where he's talking about the difference between first-person and third-person games. And it's just the same sort of thing, really. When you choose a different perspective on it, you end up with a, you know... Even though it's essentially the same game, it ends up very different. So... How many would we actually need then? What sort of space am I going to need to have? Because I can stick a blueprint in here. Processes some. So if we're making, silica, and we need 200, don't we? So 75 out of 2, 150 out of 4, 225 out of 5. So we would need to underclock the last one, which is fine because I've only got... In fact, I'm not actually sure my blueprint has 4 in it. I think I got all my... Because I upgraded the blueprint thing, you know, maker. I don't think I ever actually... Constructors 2 and 3. So we could actually make 5. Okay. Where would we need to put them? Hello, Snakes. How you doing? Well, thank you for showing me Factorio. I bought it yesterday and instantly played 8 hours straight. It's great. Yeah, it's my favourite game ever. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I didn't want to sort of put you off with the, you know, if you've got questions and stuff, do ask them. It's just I always sort of fear that it's like you can only play the game once, sort of a thing, you know. And so that fun aspect of I say, in particular in Factorio, and this to an extent, of like designing things, is something you really can't. You know, if you just copy a blueprint or what have you. I mean, some people learn like that, don't they? You know, they prefer to copy sort of thing. So if that's your style, then that's no problem. But as I always think, give it a go with a first, and then if you hate it or you can't do it, you know, don't worry about falling back on. It's not going to fit in here, is it? We're not going to get 5. Not with those there. Okay, so would it fit at the end here? But yeah, glad you're enjoying it. Did you go? Whoops. Did you go for the full Space Age version? I probably wouldn't recommend doing that until you've at least played through the vanilla. Ow. This is all in the way, isn't it? That. I think it'll fit in there, won't it? Yeah. Right, let's get up here. See what we're doing. And then make sure to get my blueprints the wrong way around, as per usual. So constructors. So if the input is on the left there, isn't it? And it comes back out. So it'd actually be better if it was like that way round. No, that way round. And then I can take the quartz like back again. So we're inputting on the left, I think. Okay, so let's give that a go. Find out how I've done it wrong again. For now, I only bought the base game, which you meant Space Age. Space Age. Oh, no, it's not Norris. I would. I mean, I would. I would not recommend playing it until you played through Factorio, though. Play through the base game. In fact, I'd probably play through it a couple of times. Obviously, depending how long it takes you, and because you will find, or maybe you don't. I mean, you know, it's not everyone has this problem, but there are certain. I don't want to call them roadblocks, but certain things in the game that are more or represent a step up, shall we say? So, not wanting to spoil anything, but there's a couple of points where, like, the game changes effectively. So, what you're doing gets slightly tweaked, and it can be very, very tempting to restart. And your first time through, restarting is probably, you know, a worthwhile thing to do because you'll have learnt so much that you'll be able to implement it. But some players do get trapped in a bit of a loop, continuously restarting when they get to that, you know, a couple of these points. And you kind of have to get to a place where you're like, right, I'm just going to push through and do this. Because one thing that can help on that is turning biters off and stuff like that, making it so that you just focus on that particular challenge. You never know, you might push through, you might not have it a problem. The belt appears to be going the other way, which is fine than I was expecting. Yeah, that's fine. So, did I set all of those? I did, didn't I? But one of them needs to be slower. So let's underclock that, so that rather than... Is this right? So 2 of them is 75. And then 150. Yeah, 225. And we need one of them to be not producing 25. So it would need to be producing 12 and a half. There's maths for you. There we go. You get a lot of that, where it's like a third. And I don't know what it does with the maths. It has, yes, I found you a nice looking Factorio style, very inspirational thing. Can only have a first playthrough once, but there are so many ways to play and so many overhaul mods. Yeah, I mean, that's very, very true with Factorio. But yes, I would recommend Space Age. as a sort of general thing, but I would also recommend playing Factorio through a couple of times. Because one of the things with Space Age, you kind of need to build a fair... Well, you don't need to, but I'd recommend building a fairly significant base. So a base that, you know, can launch multiple rockets when you play through Space Age. So, you know, effectively need to get to quite a long way in the game and have it be fairly robust and productive base. So you're not really going to be able to do that. Or you can find that easier if you've played through the base game. Okay, so these are outputting 36.5, and that belt with its logistics takes 60, doesn't it? So we're okay on that front. If we're getting up to 250, then it needs to at some point become level 3 belt. Where would be it? In fact, I might just do a couple of them. If this is doing 75, so you've got 75 coming out there, 150 would mean that that needs to be level 2. No, it needs to be level 3, doesn't it? Okay. So just level 3 all the way, really. Okay. So if we can hook... Oh, we need to do this side as well, don't we? So if you were taking... it takes... Oh, it only takes in 22.5. Okay. So, assuming we've come over with level 3, I don't know if we have, then I could just put it... I think if I do that one as 3... And then we go down to level 2 there. And then level 1 is probably fine at that point. Okay. So we need to hook in the quartz into there. How can we do that? Maybe if I just take it around the back here. That's what she said. I think it's probably just going to be easier, isn't it? So if I put in some like the stackable ones, and we can just sort of connect them up. Like there, so. Yeah, I'd love to get back to the Aesthetic Factorio series. It was really fun, that. Well, it was fun, but it was also a massive grind because of how I decided to do it. I think I'd do that a lot better this time. Be interesting to do it in Space Age as well. I don't quite know how it would work in that, because obviously you've got the whole quality aspect. And it feels like that would be quite a change to how it all hangs together. Right, let's put that in there. What belt is this then? Level 2. Okay. Is that going to be enough? Or am I going to have to go and say hello to the spiders again? Level 2 belt is only 120. We're only using 22.5. But we're doing... Oh, why are you not aligned? Because I put them in the wrong place. Would be... there? Got some power. So if this is using... Oh, no, that's using 22.5. So it's them ones that are. There are 4 of them at 22.5. In fact, can't I do them? So I go 22.5 times 4. 90. Oh, that's fine, isn't it then? Because if we then add on, say... I don't know what the 5th one would end up being. It'd be a 3rd, which is about 8 or 80ish or something. Except it's done the maths weird there. No, 98, 100. Yeah, cool. And I think it was a pure one we tapped. So I think we're okay. I see silicons at the very least. Obviously, it's because it's a manifold, it's going to have to fill up and all that nauseous stuff. but I don't really care about that stuff. Okay, so we need to get this over to the other machine. We then need to see what the copper thing is about. I think that's the later... it's level 3 belt, isn't it? I think that's the later thing, basically. Don't feed into yourself. Go. Weird angles. Now, where am I actually going with this? Over here somewhere? So that's connected there, isn't it? Ah, here we go. That's too far, isn't it? So this game lets you just clip belts through each other, basically, so I'm being a bit terrible with it, because I know a lot of players hate it, but... So we've got, say, one there. There we go. There. When it does that yellow thing, it's because it's two belts clipping through. Clipping being that, so this belt is passing through this, but this other belt without interacting with it. What? Okay, so that should give us lots and lots of lovely silicone. Doody-doo, let's run that down. So when that comes in, that should mean that this belt will have the exact required amount on it once this kicks back in. I still don't quite understand why it's stopped, like fully stopped. It's got the alumina solution in it. I guess that's all it holds. It's a very random number though, isn't it? 40.2. Is this pipe full? Could be that it simply can't push it. Yeah, that pipe's full as well. Okay. So this one then, that machine is full. And it can't output scrap. I guess it does make sense that it's stopped. Ah, this belt looks way too slow. Why is that going slow? That's a Mark IV belt, which is overkill. Is this a Mark IV uplifter though? No, it is not. And is there a Mark IV belt there? No, it's not. That's already 3, which should be fine. What are you? You're 2. How much do you want? You want 75, that's fine. Okay. Smoke is belching out, which indicates... Does it come out of all of them? Yeah. Indicates we are working. I do just want to check the power. I've got loads of headroom. Cool. Aluminiums! Aluminiums! Nice. And what are you doing? You're making the casings. Okay. It's not casings that I need. It's the other thing. And it's the other thing, I think, that needs copper? I think. Let's have a look, see. In fact, we should line you up more like that. Aluminium, that one. Yeah, copper ingots. Okay. I am 100% certain we can steal them from the other base. I'm not 100% certain. I'm pretty sure we've got ingots clogging up belts, basically. Okay. So if I split this, can't I put splitters on... Like, dynamically now. I can. Conveyor what? Conveyor what? Too sharp to attach. I think they added this. You didn't used to be able to do this and get it to actually work. So what's actually... I've got... I mean, that's only... What? Why are you doing the foundation? What belt level is that? Mark 1. Is that what these are actually producing? Each one is kicking out 60. So we should be way higher than that. What are you? You're Mark 2. So 60... 60, 120, is that pretty much? So then it should go, yeah, Mark 3, and then 4. No, 3's okay, isn't it? But that can be 3. And then what are you using? 90. Which that one is not supplying, but do I care? Don't know. So that then... I forgot how much we were making. 90, 180, 360. Wow. So then the 120 and the 120 should be okay. Okay, power pole. No. Pop a power pole in there. Reconnect that. So if we can bring aluminium thingies over, then we can make them. What's the speed out of you? 30. How quick are you as well? 60. Okay. That's not lined up, is it? Why have you built it there? Okay, so can we just go over to the other base and like put something on top of the already on top? In other words, can I just add on here? And then where would we need to be? We'd need to be sort of here maybe. Length. And then maybe if I put an extra row on there. And kind of come this way. I've not got them on my hotbar for some reason. Just put it there. And then I don't know. There. How many did it need? 10 a minute. That's nothing, isn't it? But yeah, level 1 belt's fine then. Because, say what, intention is for this just to chug away, fill up its chests, and then when I'm done kind of messing about in the desert, oops, we'll be able to do various researches. Go maybe. Ooh. So yeah, if we add one on top of each of those. Oops. I'm in the water. Hey, hey, hey. Oh yeah, there's that little jank in it. come on. Where's the palm? Here it is. Okay. And then onto there. Right, let's find some spare copper. Here we go. So how about everyone's favourite, a janky splitter? Yeah. Let's put you there. And all we need is like level 1 belt come out here. Actually, I could put it on top of that, couldn't I? So if I, just because then I know where I'm going with it. So if we put one of those on, and then we do like a lift. And then we go there. Because this is the one, you know, we know that this is like where we want to go with it. And then we can put one there. It's going to be quite long, isn't it? And it's not going to let me... So, oh dear, no. Let's do it from the other side. I'm going to say it. I'm going to do it again. It's going to take like 5 minutes, in fact. And I do get that, you know, this is the type of thing people enjoy in this one. For me, it just gets to a point where it's just a bit too manual. You know, I don't mind the spaghetti in, don't mind throwing it around and just making it happen in a mess. In fact, quite enjoy that nowadays. It's weird. I went from like, trying to avoid spaghetti in all circumstances to actually like doing it deliberately. Yeah, it just gets to a point where it's like, oh, not more belt. Somebody said yesterday they didn't like setting up trains in Factorio. They never answered me why. I didn't like using trains in Factorio. And I was like, oh, I wonder why not. I never answered. So I will never know. Right, so this should be it. Assuming copper arrives, it will wend its merry little way to this machine and it will make alclads. 30 a minute, and we only need 100 plus all the other ones that we need for the other machine. One box. Yeah, you see, so that's already made 600. I think we have to turn them into something before we can use them in the actual milestones. But we shall see. copper. Cool. I was hoping to see the copper arrive, but given its level 1 belt, it might take a while. We're working on the next lore video. Trying to get ahead, basically, because I want to do like tutorial-y type videos as well, of all sorts of different stripes and types. So, like tips and tricks and all these sorts of things. I did do a what do they call it? Can't remember. Five quick tips, but I went with the whole heavy editing style. It took absolutely ages. So what I need to work on is how I'm going to do them quick. Because like someone, it was Ultimate Plays actually, my moderator, asked about doing a video on how you do generic trains, you know, like so you just stick down a blueprint and you set it to be what you want. You know, using parameterization. Which is a great little video to do, but at the moment it would take me about a month because I go overboard on them. So interesting that this is wanting stuff. I guess I did take a bunch of computers out. Okay. I'd quite like to see it just make one, basically. But other than that, I think the aluminium is like as done as we can make it for now. I mean, I know I've got hundreds of modular frames already, the heavy ones, so we can do that on the hover pack. Yeah, it's going to take ages for it to arrive, isn't it? Okay, never mind. Let us what? Do we head straight over to the dessert? I've not got a lot of iron plate now. Yeah, let's go back. I'll drop off Pooters. Get them dropped off. I also don't I have this whole factory was originally making like millions of these, so we could take some of those over. But yeah, we'll drop off the computers, and then we'll stock up on more iron plate, and then we'll do the we'll go and grab. Whoops! Go and grab our truck again. Oh. Yeah, working on the next video. I've actually skipped one because I did say this yesterday. The video I've done that's live for everyone is what I think the engineer is. And the conclusion I reached on that, someone posted a comment on it, and I said all this yesterday, but someone posted a comment that was basically like, well, this is my theory, and I read through their theory and I was like, your theory's better. So I decided to do another video that basically, you know, says, it goes, you know, examines their theory. But it also means I'd written some of the other videos based on my conclusion in the engine, you know, of what the engineer is, and it kind of therefore I then need to make it so it's two things, you know, one my theory and one their theory, or I just need to switch to theirs. But I like their theory so much, I think I'm going to switch. It's good. It gives me another video idea, but yeah, it means I can't do them in the order I was going to do them in. So this time I'm going to be looking at, or the next time, while I'm working on, I'm looking at what happened to the Fulgorans. I've got about 5 Fulgoran video ideas. But what happened to them? Where did they go? Why did they go extinct? Or did they go extinct? Damn. Bit easier to do as well because it didn't involve a spreadsheet. Okay. Strip off the computers, grab iron plate and maybe some concrete. Might need some rods as well. I've used a lot of them. So there should be a box here. Go. Yeah, see, I've got hundreds of them. Only got 32. I don't quite understand. I think I must have picked them up in a in a crashed ship or something. But I don't know where they came from because I haven't made any. Right. Bit of concrete. Bit of iron plate. So yeah, could do with some rods as well. That's not rods. Oops. So we've got let's get some cables as well. Ooh. Cables. Alright. Get some of them. Back them as well. Top that off. So basically, can I now build everything? I do the Mark IV, which is why I made all of that reinforced concrete thing, because Mark IV is like the top level belt that we'll probably actually use. I can make all of them. What about production-wise? So we can go there. We should probably get some more, whatever they are, rotors, stators, potatoes. And some more engines. Got loads of stuff for smelters. Could do with some frames. So if we get frames, rotors, engines. We need to hand make them, which we should have loads. Probably some steel pipe as well. Then. Yeah, be alright with that. So we want all the things that are at the other part of this base. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Doing okay? I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. La la la. I don't know that. That's a song. I'm going to assume that's a song lyric. What song is that? Do I know that lyric? Rings a bell, but where are the things? So I think the rotors are down here. Well, that's them. Might as well just top that off. Are they not going in the? They're not going in the chest here. I never said about because was it 2 weeks ago? What? No, there's nothing in there. Oh, because of course it'll be turning them all into heavy things, won't it? I watched Eurovision. It must have been 2 weeks ago, was it? But I found it really lackluster this year. I mean, people love to kind of crap on it and stuff like that. I don't, I enjoy it for what it is. Silly pop songs, but I don't know. I just want any. I don't know. There wasn't any daft stuff. I think. The sort of sillier things. Because although I wouldn't want it all to be like that, it's nice to have a few daft pop songs. Got loads of these, so that's good. But yeah. I don't know what our song was weird. It was really, I don't know, strange. It was quite funny, the voting. We got 0. The way they do the voting now is like really, really good because it adds an enormous amount of attention to it all. Yeah, it's because this guy is just eating all of the steel pipes. That might be a problem, mightn't it? I wonder if I could turn that machine up. Yeah, it's very, very strange, yeah, so there's only one making. Oh, and I can turn it up. There we go. Okay. Let's head all the way back. Get in our truck and go to the desert. There's coal over there as well, you see. So water's a little tricky, I think, because obviously it's a desert. So not so many lakes, although it's got a sea on the edge of it. But yeah. What was, in your opinion, the best performance? Oh, on the thing on Eurovision. I honestly don't remember. This is sort of what I'm kind of getting at, in that I don't really remember any of the songs, you know. I didn't even, the winner I really didn't like at all. What one did I like? I can't remember. I said they're all just sort of a bit non-memorable, you know. I seem to remember Norway's was quite interesting. But there were very few like rock songs, which is obviously my, you know, say obviously, that's kind of my preferred genre. It's mostly sort of ballads and things like that. I remember liking the French song. That was it's always, the French always do a ballad. But yeah, I thought that was quite good. And it got like basically no points. But yeah, with ours, so they split it into like the jury vote and the public vote, and they basically do the jury vote numbers, so the points from the juries, do that on screen and do it all as like you expect Eurovision to be, where they all call in and they say the votes and They only do like the top, they do 10, they do the 12 points as the person says it, sort of thing. So it gets all that, but that's only half the votes, and then there's the public vote. And they do the public vote in a very interesting way, where they literally go up the scoreboard and give people the points that they've got. So you can be in last place in the scoreboard, and then you get like 200 points from the public, sort of thing, and suddenly you're in contention for winning, sort of thing. So it's a really interesting way of doing it, but it really shows the contrast sometimes between the public vote and the jury vote. Because in the UK entry, and I say I didn't really like it, but it was like 100 and something points or something, I don't know, something like that, but it was like mid-table in the jury voting, and then it was like 0 points from the public. And it's like, so this is like mid-table entry for the juries, but absolutely no points from the public. And it just shows the whole, because it's very political, obviously. You vote for your neighbours, and you deliberately don't vote for the people you don't like, and all this sort of stuff. And yeah, it was just very funny that, because there was one that they were all saying was going to do really well. The commentator Graham Norton does the UK commentary, and they were saying that this is the hot favourite, the bookie's choice and all that sort of stuff. And then it got like 30 points from the public. See, I remember that more than I remember the songs. I don't really remember the songs this year, because they were all a bit sort of meh. I seem to, there were quite a lot. You often get, there's a lot of songs usually on Eurovision where they're like, a pop song, like a popular pop song, like an Ollie Murs or that sort of thing that's just been like tweaked. It's just like had a couple of notes changed, and so it's the exact same thing. And I remember a lot of that. But yeah, I honestly don't remember. So I seem to remember Norway being an interesting song, but I don't know why. As in, I don't think it was good, but it was interesting. I quite liked Iceland, I seem to remember as well, which was like a couple of lads doing, I think they were rapping or something like that. But that's because it was daft more than any good. Was that Iceland? Oh, yeah, honestly. Yeah, it was a bit sort of non-entity, really. So, we are finally at our truck. But our truck is on the wrong side of some belts, so we need to build a little ramp. I don't know if you watched it and you had a song you liked or any particular views on it. I know it's not a. Everyone's too cool for school nowadays, so they don't tend to watch it. But so just a bit of fun. Let's just build one there then, and then we will do a foundation there. No, like that. Hopefully that'll let me drive across. I can always I could build one, move the stuff, deconstruct it, blah blah blah, annoying. It's not going to get me over, is it? Let's give it a go. Yay, physics. Okay. We actually need to be on the other side of this lake. I seem to remember we can drive. Oh, bog. There used to be some coal up here. Because I remember fueling a truck that went sort of back and forth. Now, do I go down that gap there? Yeah, here we go. They changed. I think they've redesigned all this. This is like a valley thing. And this was one of the things they completely redesigned. Wow. It's a bit intense on the old fog there, isn't it, chaps? Yeah, because is this a geyser? Oh, it used to be a geyser, I think? So there's like power there? I think so. Yeah, they reworked all on that side. It's now got loads and loads of oil on it. Woo! Physics. Wah! Woo! Okay. It is very pretty, isn't it? The cream laced with ice and vanilla. Right. Hello. It's quite a username. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. It's a much more sort of vibrant red. Yeah, it seems to be with some geysers over there as well, or there used to be. Because that should be one of the things we can unlock with these current set of milestones, I think. Now, can we go up here? Yeah. Woo! You're very bouncy, aren't you, truck? You're very bouncy. How much suspension do you want? Yes. And there's little, yeah. Isn't there a little part? Is that it? That's it. We can get through these gaps as well, like that. Can we get through there? Are we going to fit through there? Yes. Okay. Le desert. Le desert. Now. What I probably want to do is set up some power first. But I'm going to hop out because it won't have put any of that on the map. I really don't get why it doesn't. You know what? I guess it's a bug, but you know I have travelled across there, but because I was in a vehicle, it doesn't fill in the map. I really don't know why I didn't do that. Okay, let's have a ping for some coal. This coal here, I know it, because I used it before I made steel. No? Ah! Where is that? That away. Okay. Impure, impure. Normal, normal, normal. Okay. Let's see if we can't head off in that direction, maybe. It's probably going to be easier to get out more, but we will see. Ah, yes, the famed rock. The famed mushroom rock. Now, remember that poison stuff? Is that roughly where we need to go? Because these things act like rocks and basically launch you into there. They're you know, whatever they are. Oh, flowers, crikey. Yeah, we have water here in a lake. Now, is the coal anywhere near that? I seem to remember it's down on our shore. Oh, lots of beasties. Yeah, I don't think the coal is here. No, over that way. Yeah, I seem to remember it's like on a... Oh, there's some there as well. On a sort of a coastline somewhere. Am I where we wrong? Now, is this too deep for me to drive through? No. Ah, what's this? This rings a bell. I don't remember it looking like that though. I remember there being a beach here. So maybe the coal's round the corner. It's got to be that direction, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, it's quite a way away. I'm guessing they've reworked this. So I remember this being a big flat because I did a base that just sort of stretched out over the lake. It's very dark blue, isn't it, that water? Should be okay driving through this. So yeah, it looks like they've reworked this as well. Ah, what's this? All of the physics all of the time. Yeah. I'm not sure it's not that on the top there. To be fair, this is hardly a buggy designed for off-roading. So that's iron, is it? That looks like copper. Have I just beached it? Beached it. Oh dear. Oh. Ah, very annoying. So this is copper. What are you? Impure? Normal. Okay. So some hogs over there. I wonder if they're guarding the stuff. Wasn't paying attention. Yeah, they're probably guarding that coal. Give or take. Yeah, there we go. There's some coal. Okay. So, oh, they've seen me. Where are you going? It's falling short, that, isn't it? Yeah. And you two. There we go. Okay. Let's put in... Which one is it? Equipment? Get ourselves some of these. We'll have to kickstart it with a... I guess I could hand mine some of the coal, couldn't I? Oh, what am I doing? How many did I make then? 5. So there was also copper and iron here, wasn't there? Okay. So, where are you? Production. Mark 2 miner. Let's see. Okay, we need my blueprint, which is way too close to build. Was there something on the top of this? wants to eat my face. Oh, it's on the other bit. Okay. Right. Power plant. Yeah, so it could do with being one wider. Just to make life a little bit easier. Now, the input is that way, I think. Yeah. So we put you there. Okay. And then, because these are both impure, but I put level 2s on, haven't I? So if we go, we do a merge, like so. And then, what would you output? 60. I know. Too far. Okay. No? And then, how do I want to do it? If we go, let's put the belt on here first. Huh? Oh, no. There. No, we are going to need some biomass generators, aren't we? Because I can't do water without them. Righto. I should have put it further down, shouldn't I, really? Oh well. What are you doing, my friend? Just having a little dip. Because that's quite high for the... It'll just fill up, I'm sure. Water extractor. So, I can't remember what the ratio I worked out was. Is it 2? So each of these takes 45 a minute. You produce 120. If I've got 3, 45, 90, 135. So it is more than one we do. But not really 2. Yeah, put another one in. You're going to be in the way, aren't you? Yeah. Can I just shoot you in the butt? Oh! You're apparently not bothered. No? You're not fussed about that. Okay. I know they're tough, but that's quite a tough proposition. Okay, let's put it a bit further out then. Work with what we've got. So, pole. And then I guess if I put one sort of there, that up, connect these. Okay. Then what do we need? We need a bunch of biomass. So I need to connect these pipes. Let's see, we want... If we put some connect, like one of these in. What are they called? If I put... That's really 2, isn't it? just sort of turn that up maybe. Off. So I'm kind of assuming I'm going to have to expand this at some point. Pipe. Ah! Oops. That. Yeah, so I need to... it's in the wrong place really, isn't it? But whatever. Hopefully I'll be able to push it up the hill, but water's just as janky in this as fluids are in Factorian. Okay, so that's it all cooked together, but we need how much power to... I could turn one of these off and then turn it on when it's sort of up and running. 120 a minute. We could also use coal and kind of put some in the machine, in the thingy. In fact, I've got one of these, haven't I? Yeah. Can we put that later? So they'll grab a bit of coal, which I can then chuck in those as our starting point. I've not got my flashlight on. But yeah, we need a bit of biomass. Each producer, it only produces 30 megawatts. Wow. So that would be 60. Move it over a little bit. Biomass. Let's put you there. Now we do happen to have some of that. Let's put... so that would give me 90. What did this need? Wasn't this like 120 or something? No, 20 megawatts. Okay. That's fine then. And what about both of these? Obviously turn one of them off. Power. 15. So that's only 40, isn't it? Okay. Can you put... I don't think you can't put coal in the biome. Oh. Oh, well. I think you can put coal in the biomass, but we will put this in the coal power plants. Because otherwise they're then waiting for the coal to like come down the belt. 15 there, 15 there, 60, 18 there. Cool, and I can therefore, I guess, turn this back on. Okay. So yeah, I don't think I can put coal in, but that's Whoops. Big squares. Will you take coal? No. But it will take this. But what I should probably do is like disconnect it so I can get all of these fueled up. 50 in there. 50 in there. 50 in there. So they're running. Capacity is above consumption. Excellent. Now, so these need to fill up this watery thing, which, yeah. Let's see what magic we get from the water. There is, I think there's a flaw, there's like a bug in this blueprint as well, in that the water doesn't go along one of the pipes properly. Because reasons. So like the feeder ones are kind of full up. But so where it will actually go through here properly, we'll have to see. Oh. So one of these, I don't think it might be this one. Come on. No, is it that pipe? Because together they should do 240 as the flow rate, which should be more than enough, so the pipe should, you know, like overfill basically. Which it seems to sort of be doing. And what about you? So why does that not have water in it? It's gradually increasing, isn't it? Oh, it's filling up. Kinda. Sort of ish. People telling me you're supposed to, well, oh, there we go. It's got over whatever hump it's operating with. But you'd like, you could do a thing where you like fill up, you know, so you basically pump the water into something high up, and then obviously then alleviates the flow issues. Because gravity works for you. Suddenly we're full. So if one of these pipes is broken, I don't know which it is. Maybe it is this one. Oh no, it's full now. Wait. So when I check it in one direction, it's the same bit of pipe. I'll check it in that direction. Oh no, it is the same one. It looked like when I checked it that way, it was empty, and when I checked it that way, it was full. Yeah. And are you working? You're working. Has coal made its way across? Yes. Coal. Coal. How much are you actually going to consume then? It's 15. Oh, only 15. Because we're getting 60, was it? Yeah. Maybe we should expand Big Star. Because we're going to do a factory here. Might as well have a bit of spare power. Well, I need to go. It was a very nice stream. Thank you very much, Snicks. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And do continue to enjoy Factorio. Pop back and tell me how you're doing next week. Or at some point in the future. Don't really need to commit to that. But yeah, it was nice to hear how a new player's getting on. So I say, if it's only using 15 each one, then that's only 45 total. So it could easily double that up to 90 and still have some left over. In fact, could I do... So I could add another 75... 135 would be too much. Yeah, because these will only do 120. So I can easily add a second one. But more would require a lot more messing about. Okay. Might as well do that then. How much more water would we need? Each one is 50. Is that right? 45 a minute. So that would then... 45 and 90, 135. So we would go up to 270. And these are only doing 240. So we would need another one. Which I would probably might as well leave uncapped. Have you? Well, I guess I've trapped you in, haven't you? Your mates come to laugh at you. Yeah. I could fiddle about underclocking it and stuff like that, but with it being fluids, it's probably best to assume it's, overfilling it, overproducing the water is going to be best. We don't want the power dying off randomly. Why have you connected to that? So we should get weirdness now because it effectively like slosh back and forth, I think, for a bit. And this needs to be a bit longer, I think. That 3 maybe? Yeah, I'll do. And then power plant. Too close. Let's go and get on top of something. That's probably okay. So I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap between them. If I can get it to line up at all. No. Oh, no, I saw the line. No. What? Ah, there we go. No. 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 There. Gotcha. This needs to be a bit longer, I think. Well, that is what she said. Indeed. That is indeed what she said. I will... where's my level 2 belt? If I do that bit, and that bit, and then that can be 1. Actually, let's make that level 2 just in case. Level 2 moves 120, which is like the total output from them, so should be fine. I did have a bit of coal on me, didn't I? So I can Throw that in the last machine. Boot. But it's kicked in. Why is it kicked? Oh, I guess it would, wouldn't it? It's just automatic. But I have not connected the 2 power boots. There we go. Can't resist these jokes. No worries, no worries. I do that all myself. I quite like that. That's what she said. Am I going to have problems with flow rate? 45, 90, 135. No. I mean, I am in a sense that I'm, pumping way more water. Oops. Way more water in than these level 1 pipes can take. But who cares? Okay. What we could do... Should I disconnect these? Should I disconnect these? Yeah. Just disconnect them. What does that mean for total power? So we have now 450 megawatts to play with. Okay, let's see where we have iron ore. Okay, so we got obviously got the one there. Oh, it's a pure one. But then we're talking. Why did it only ping two? Why did it only hit 2 iron ore deposits? I guess it's a distance thing? Because there should be loads over here. Even with the tweaks and stuff. I guess it's just too far away. And then what about copper? So we've got the one that's right here. And then over there. Oh, a whole bunch there. Cool. So there was like an iron there or something, wasn't there? So we kind of head into this general direction. I've got to unbeach my car first though, haven't I? The truck. I wonder if there's like sulphur and stuff. It's got to be, hasn't there? Oh, there is. What about cavorts? Oh, very close. No? Wait, what? So it somehow managed to ping the quartz that's all the way over there. Like instantly. I wonder if it switched the signal. Huh. So it turned the sulphur ping into a quartz ping. That feels like a bug. But no, there's no quartz nearby. Okay. What about... Well, limestone I know... And unless they've moved it, I know where there is one. Because we also need to make concrete. If we're going to build a factory, yeah, there's... Well, there's one there as well. Okay. And then, oops. Deuterium. I hear no ping. Obviously, I could go and look at the, Satisfactory map planner thing and what have you, but there's one all the way over there. It's kind of more fun to find it as I go, really. I mean, a lot of it's where it was before. They didn't move everything. I wonder if bauxite's here. If it is, it's nowhere near. Oh. Oh, wow, that's all the way over there. I think that's the... It's like a sort of swamp. There's a video, it's like my most... No, it's not my most popular video, because I did some of the live streams from the LAN party. Got big numbers, but a video that keeps... It's just like a clip of me. I'm in the swamp area, and I'm making a point that there's this plant that looks like it's like almost like a seed pod. And I'm like joking basically that you can go and watch it, but no, it's beached, isn't it? But I'm basically make a joke that it looks like it's about to pop and a load of spiders come out, and then I get attacked by the spiders that are there. So what? Transport, truck. Let's put everything in there first. Oh, store all. Take that out. If I grab my bits, right, and it won't have the fuel. Oh, that. Oh, I got some. I guess those must have come from as well. But yeah, it's actually got several dislikes on it. I guess because people thought it was meant to be like a useful video in some way. But it was just a humorous moment that I clipped on a stream. We can't get up there. No, but we can follow the path round. Right. That was interesting. Because what I can do is basically we can go and mine up some... Oh, I didn't pick up those things, did I? Okay, we can always build some more. But we can find some like iron and copper to get us going. And then take a power pole over the cliff edge, down to that power plant. Let's go this way around the lake. What the heck is that? Oh, half a tree. You see, it's just over there. So we can find a sort of a... Oh, we're not beached again. Oh, dear. No, wrong button. Maybe I can, like, build a platform out or something? Put a ramp underneath it, maybe? Let me do that. A vehicle is in the way, yeah, I know. Maybe flat bit? A vehicle is in the way, tell me about it. Ah, so let me... Okay. Does that give me any traction? No. Oh, oops. I wonder if I can put one back now. No. There we go. You're going to go over? This is proving a little annoying. Okay. Like a very, very rubbish episode of Top Gear. One of those challenges they do. I think we could sneak through a little path there. So that's a limestone. Always useful. What purity of limestone? Normal. Okay. Didn't appear to be anything guarding it, which is surprising. No, nothing's trying to kill me. Okay. So probably better grabbing like that limestone, because this should be all open. Let's never come to the lake again. I see copper though. And iron. Okay. Because I just want a bit to kind of get us going really, so I can make, you know, smelt it and then make like iron plate, and I don't have to keep going back to the main base just to get a bit of iron plate sort of thing. Because once we've got iron plate and concrete, we can build as big a factory as we want. Ooh, some more. So if we maybe try and take it out along these little pathy bits, and kind of build ourselves a ramp here and just factory in the sky. Factory in the sky with diamonds. Oh look, there's iron and stuff there. I do remember it being lousy with iron and things. The problem was oil, because I'm pretty sure no, I didn't start in the desert, because I think there is a desert start. Can't remember. I do remember coming here and attempting to build the mega factory or whatever. And then losing the will to live. Or at least to continue. I tried to move all the stuff with trucks as well. I think that's officially a bad idea. Okay. if we pop in some holes. That's a good sort of arrangement. Don't feel very even. Anyone there? Now, how low will it take? Let's just do it at level 1 for starters. That's the input. Oh, we can get to the floor. Okay. Nice. So the intention on this really is just, as I get some stuff coming in and smelt it, turn it into concrete, that type of thing. Why is that one further forward? I bet that's an optical illusion, isn't it? Yeah, it's because it's lower down. Oh, in fact, I managed to do them on a diagonal. Have I done that? Almost perfect as well. How bizarre. Okay, I didn't align this with the grid, did I? I'm not sure I'm fussed about that anymore. Let's see, if we go, say, let's do foundations. Now there's like a vertical zoop, isn't there? Yeah, so if we go like that, and then let's do a regular foundation. Oh, can I not put it on the bottom? There you go. No, yeah, there we go. Right. No. Zoop. Come on. Come on. There you go. So, if I put one of these, if I make that on, say, 7, I guess it's too close, but if I put that, I can't remember where it has to be. I think it's... So let's get rid of that. We know it's sort of here. Because you might connect them, I think. Is that... That's not connected, is it? No. Okay. Let's just put one right on the edge. And then have it there. Oh no. No, it didn't like that, does it? Have I put it in the wrong thing? Yeah, no, that's too close. So we go 7. That's not lined up, you idiot. There we go. Right, so I now know. I put them same points as the floor holes. Then it has a nice length, as it were. Okay. Oops. There we go. Marvellous. Cool. How much... Oh, we've not got a lot of iron plate on us. How much we got in here? A bit more. Okay. If we have the power coming up the ramp, not actually sure how far it would go. Go all the way down the bottom. Yeah. So we can connect it there. That's a weird angle. What have we done? Oh, I see. It's on the diagonal. Okay. So we're going to bring the power over and bring belts of, you know, iron, copper, and limestone over. Then we can have them output here. And start turning it into whatever, iron plate, cables, concrete. And then we can build this up to an actual base. The goal, essentially, is to make more... Oh, I haven't got what cables, okay. No. Cables. Because I did end up with a weird mix of bits and pieces when I was back and forth in the machine. So if we go like that, what else? If I take those cables and might as well have them. That got rods, yes. Better take some of them. Feet. Oh, something like that. Something like that. Yeah. So the goal is to make them like at more higher volume. That therefore requires us to make steel and modular frames and encased industrial beams and screws, but I'm pretty sure that's all iron stuff with a little bit of concrete. Okay. So what I could do, I could work out the like number of machines, couldn't I? And just have them built. So if I do a little extension here, so we would need. But if I want to do, say, because what does these? Because I don't know what the recipes are for these at all, but I'm pretty sure that one uses the heavy module, or like the next version up of it. But yeah, if we make 2 lots of that, then we would need to make double of each of these. So screws wise, we would need 240, so we need like 480 screws. Make screws. So you only make 40, and I need 480. So that's 40, 80, 20, 60, 240. So double that basically. Just screws. Yeah, I mean the other thing I could do is go and find some of these alternate recipes, but I think I've said before I find that mechanic a little bit annoying. So we want screws. Might as well copy and paste it. You didn't paste. Why not pasting? Okay. And then each one of these requires 10 rods. But each machine produces 15. It's not pasted it, is it? Why have you not done that? Oh, I didn't do them, did I? So if we've got 2, 4, 8. Wait a minute, 2, 4, 8, 12, 16, 24. Yeah, so it's 1, 2, 5. So we've got 10 machines, and they require. No, oh, they require 10 rods each. So that's 100 rods. And each rod machine makes 15. So 100 divided by 15 is 7. Okay. So that's 1, 2. One of the things I'm curious about is the power demand, you see. 3. 7. So already we're at, each one of those is 4. Got 10 of those, so that's only 40. But and then we've got another 7, so we've got 17 times 4. So that's only 68. So we could run them. But these are 55 megawatts each. So 68 plus 110, 178, 180, we could run all of that. Each one of these requires 15 ingots. Ingots are smelters. How many do you produce? You produce 30. Okay, so to just support these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, we would need, well, 3, 4. That's not the right place, is it? Yeah, because they're doing 30, so you copy, paste, paste, paste. And they only require 4 as well. So that would be another 4, 8, 12, 16. So 178 plus 16, 194. Okay. Because we won't just be able to support one, is kind of what I'm thinking. That's just for the screws. Modular frames require more screws, I'm pretty sure. But let's have a look at the steel pipe side of life. So we would need 40 steel pipe. Steel pipe, I think, are made in these as well. I've run out of cables again. I don't think I have cables. No, I do. Okay. So that is copper then, isn't it? It's going to need cables, but... Oh no. Yeah. No, cables just to make machines. So if we can put it all down... Well, actually, it's the constructor I want first, isn't it? So, if I build it all, I know I've got the resources sat here, usable. So it is steel pipes And it was only 2 lots, wasn't it? So 40 a minute. Oh, but there's 2 machines, so we need 80 a minute. And that's producing 20, so we need 4 of these. Like so. Which also adds another 4 megawatts each, so 4, 8, 12, 16. 194 plus 16, 210. It's less than half of our power, but we need to do the miners as well. But steel ingots, they are your foundries. Is that one? So steel. So it uses 16 megawatts, but produces 45. Each one of these requires 30. So 30, 16, 20, 45, 90, 135. So 3 of these. Which can't be able because we're out of frames. Frames. Where did I get to? I was making 3 of them. And they're all making steel bits. But they use 16 each. So 16, 32, 48 of your powers. So 210 plus 48 gives me 258. So we're still well within budget. But that's it for the steel pipes. And we'll be getting slightly extra omelets so we could underclock some of them. But setting that on the side. The encased beams and modular frames. Encased beams is a assembler recipe, I believe. Yeah. So that is 6 a minute. That does not sound like very much at all. How many do we need? We only need 10, so we need 20. So it's a mismatch in scale, isn't it? But so it'd be 6, 12, 18, 24. Okay. And that then needs concrete, 36 a minute. Was it 36 a minute? Yeah, 36. So 72, 144 concretes. 144 concretes. Is it constructed? Yeah. You produce 15. So we would need 10. I didn't look at the power, did I? 3, 4, 5, 6. And what we are of now? 7, 8, 9, 10. Making just concrete. Wow. No. I don't know why I'm putting the recipes on. These aren't where these are going to be built. They're just be laying down the machines to see what it all looks like. Why does that not feel like 10? But they're 40 in total because it's 10 of them. So that would then be 258 plus 40. 298. Each one of these is another 4. There are only 4 of those, aren't there? So it'd be 298 plus 16. 314. But we need to actually make I think I overlapped some things there. We need to actually make steel beams as well. Only needs 18. What are they made in? They must be these again. Yeah. 15. Poop. But then it wasn't quite 4 anyway. So if we gamble that 3 of these would work, we've run out of cable again. Okay. Don't think we've got anything left, have we? Oops. No. Got a wire though, somewhere? Yeah. I was kind of thinking, if this is all the purpose of this factory, then I can, if I make all the machines, I know I've got all the resources to make the factory, basically, here already. So I can then focus maybe on just like design it and stuff. That's the wrong machine, isn't it? We need half an inch. Don't we? Cable, there we go. Oh dear. Okay. Where do we get to? Steel beams, so it's 15, so I was going to do 3 in the gamble. That'll work. Now each one of those requires 60 steel ingots. This makes 45. But we didn't need full 3, did we? So if each one requires 60, 120, 180. And so it would be 45, 90, 135. So we could add on another 4 of them. Doing that. Each of those requires 16 though. Okay, so we've just added, I don't know if I added them in, I think I did, but 314 rather, plus, it was 4 times 16, wasn't it? 32, 64, blows our budget. 378, no it doesn't, we were 450, weren't we? So 378, so we've got everything except the modular frames. How many of them do we need? We would need 10 a minute. 20 minutes. I bet they're a assembler. Yes. We do have bolted frames, which are super quick. So we would need less of them, basically. Because although it's a slightly more expensive recipe, it's super, super fast. You know, it's almost 3 times as fast. So, like, one of these could probably do our thing. You know, cover us, basically. I think they're more expensive anyway, because that's 12 rods. And then 56. And it's like 2/3 rods to screws, so it'd be 40. That's 2/3 of 56. 116. So you're talking somewhere around the 40-ish region of rods rather than 12, but say at 3 times the speed. In fact, it's almost parity, isn't it? Because if you divide 40 by 3, they're not actually that much better. I sort of assumed they were because of the speed. Might as well use one of our alternate if it's not really going to make any difference. But that would give us 5 a minute, that alternate recipe. What did we need? 10 a minute. So we need 20 a minute. Which means 4 of these. So that would then be 2, 3. What are we out of now? More cables and more rotators. Their power is 15 each. Oh, I need 1 more. So that'd be 30. Be 60 powers. 378 plus 60 powers. 438. Oops. I forgot what I needed. Don't think I got it in here anyway. Let's grab those screws, rods. So we need more. I think it was rotators. Was it? I can't remember. Let's just grab all of the useful bits. What was I trying to make a construct assembler? Yeah, so I need more cables. Okay. More cables, please. This is the type of thing, you know, I'm sure when you know the game, you're just like, oh, it's da 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 da, and I need this much power and that much resources, but I don't, you see. So it's all a bit painful. So that would then be 5, 10, 15, 20. So that's got us for that. But we would need 3 reinforced plates, which I think is even more screws, isn't it? Oh, it's not made in there. Okay, it's another one of them. Another one of these guys, is it? It is. Even more screws and iron plate as well. We need 3 of those for 4 machine. No, we need 7.5 of those. So it'd be 15, 30. And this only makes 5. Yeah. Power budget blown, basically. Is the point. Okay, so we cannot support, with the power we're producing, what we've got there. We can do a little bit more power. Because I would need, was it 6 of these? Yeah. So each machine's going to chew through 7.5, basically. So each of these use 1.5 of those. So it's 1.5, 3, yeah, 6 of them. We're out of bits anyway. Wonder if I could just make a handful of them. Yeah, we could get a little bit more power, but not, I think, enough, because these are 15 each, and we need 6 of them, so it needs 75. Whoops, 75 added on, so it becomes 438 plus 75, 513, so we're 60 over, which is a power plant and a half. And then each of these needs 60 screws and 6 iron plates. So it's 36 extra iron plate. I don't even got iron plate built here, did I? That's 20 iron plate one of those makes. I mean 30, so each one of these requires 1.5 of the other ones, so we've got 6 of them, so we would need 9 of those. That's another 36 powers, so we go 516 plus 36, 552. You also need the whole screws malarkey again. We need 60 a minute. Which was screws? It wasn't that. It was then. 40 a minute. So again, it's half as many again, isn't it? To make the screws. So that's another, whatever we did last time, same again. So it'd be 552 plus 36. But then we also need 2/3 of that. 24. So 588 plus 24. Oops. 588 plus 24. 612. And that would get us 2 machines of heavy modular frames. It is way over what we've got with power budget. And doesn't account for the miners. Miners, 15 megawatts each for a Mark II miner. Then we're going to need a lot. Okay. Okay. Let's rip all this down then, because we cannot support 2 with the power producing. So we could ramp up the power. What I'm actually going to do is go back to the other factory and see how much we've made. But what this has basically told me is that I can kind of leave all of my resources here. And it's basically enough. We do need to bring some more over though. Yeah, I want to see how much alclad we've done and maybe get the hover pack. So, if we put concrete in, and them, that. Right, we're going to need to build another one of those. Get them in. Cool. What could we put in? We could put, I guess, those bits. Don't know why I brought them with us. I guess I just forgot that I had them. I could leave some of the old power shafts here, couldn't I? What's the truck got? Okay, useful things. Let's leave the. In fact, let's put both of those in there. Right. I might take a bit of concrete and some iron plates with me in case I need to do an emergency platform or something. Managed to crash the truck into a lake or something. But otherwise, okay. So there is loads and loads of resources here in terms of iron and copper and stuff. Not a single one of those recipes used copper, did it? So we would need to bring in iron and a bit of concrete and a bit of coal because there's steel. That's the question for me, because I could obviously divert more of the coal to power. We could also run power over from the other factory. God, that would be tedious. Well, this valley is actually a perfect one for running a train down. In fact, if I get any kind of desire to play this game during the week, that's what I'll do. Because then at least I can, just hop in the tube. And so it's quite good for putting it down. But we'd have to kill off things like that hog and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping we've sneakily made loads and loads of alclad. And I can take it back, and we can do like, well, we won't be able to, will we? Because the whatchamacallit takes like 20 minutes to come back. But yeah, we can do. This is another thing. It's like, and I know this series is becoming just a catalogue of me moaning about why Factorio is better. But it's like, Factorio, you can set the recipe, your research recipes remotely. To do that here, because I think you can only build one hub, so it's not like I could build a hub. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe you can, just there and set it going. But even if I did that, you need to put the stuff into the hub and send it. It's all very manual. You can't just. It goes ping at you and you change, you set your next research. And we can't even queue them up, It's just a very, very different design philosophy, is the point. And I suppose neither is bad as such. It's just that in my head, 4,000 hours of Factorio means that that's what I expect, I'd make a terrible reviewer. Why this game is not as good as this other one that I like. I think we're nearly there. I might have to hop out the truck. Are we on the right side? No, we're okay. Should do a little path, should I, across the river? But yeah, we could also hook it into this, you see, because the power's right here. I say I can carry the train line across and at least use the hypertube to go back and forth. That's probably like the easiest solution. in quotes. It means me building, 30 power pylons and 1,000 rail connections and all that sort of goodness. It is what it is. Okay, let us hop out the truck. I mean, so I don't know how they'd fix some of these things I'm moaning about anyway, because it's baked into the design of the game. That's just how it works, essentially. So, how much aluminium have we got? This is where I discover it wasn't working, and the copper wasn't actually getting where it needed to go, and the whole thing's just not worked. Or like I sent the wrong thing down. I've accidentally sent silicon or quartz crystals rather than silica or something. I'm not going to blame the game for that one. I did exactly the same thing yesterday. Putting a load of stone into a stone where stone brick was needed. Okay. Nearly there. The copper is worryingly immobile. That either means the chest is entirely full, or I have actually messed something up. Oh no, it moved. It moved. And it is a tiny amount of copper it needs. Yeah, it's moved again. Whoops. Okay. So, moment of truth. We have hundreds of them. Excellent. Let's do a take all then. And I'm not going to take all of these because I brought a load of these back with me last time. Let's do like a row. Oh! That should get us at least one research. We'll grab some more, while we're going back, we'll grab some more computers. So I think those are needed in basically everything. Plus, I think we have to make supercomputers for some of them researches. I'm guessing those require us to smush together multiple computers. I don't know. I don't think I've ever made a supercomputer. But then who has? Just, pop down the workshop, knock up a supercomputer. Okay. I guess the other question is around... Oh, crikey. Around the blooming rubber. And that's full as well. Oh dear. Is it full? No, not quite. But we are very close. A couple of them then. Because if these fill up, then power dies. So I'm just going to... So that we don't run out by the end of the stream. I'm just going to kill off all of this. What I probably need to do is switch to that other recipe. I think the other recipe... like the residual plastic, I think it's called, something like that. Residual, or it makes residual something or other, something like that. I think it's like a worse recipe in the sense of you get way less stuff out. It makes way less rubber and plastic. But in a sense, that's a good thing because we don't actually have a current use. I believe it's more, well, it is more complicated. It involves me sticking So that'll give us a little bit of headroom, but we could easily burn through all of that space. I mean, I've filled multiple of these. Okay. So fingers crossed it doesn't pop again. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping, so, I mean, we might switch it to something else, but I'm hoping the hover pack will improve my quality of life quite a bit, make it easier to build. Because then we can just hover over all of our, you know, factories. Well, we've got power. So it gives us a more top-down view, which should make things a little easier. But what I need to do, I think, I've decided that I'm gonna, because I can't use all the coal in the desert, basically, to make power, because then I won't have any to make steel. And we need to make quite a bit of steel. So I'll hook together the two factories. Yeah, because I think these are hooked together already. I think we've got one collective power grid. So we need to check how much headroom we've got. We can then focus on nuclear. I remember building nuclear was quite fun. So yeah, we can try and build nuclear. And that should... If we can build nuclear at a size where it's able to provide all of our power anyway, even if the oil shuts off. Although I'm not going to build that in the time. I think I need to put in more. I probably just need to rework the oil. Okay. Oh, bum. I assume you can get these closer, but I don't know how you do it. Oh, stop doing that. Why are you sucking me back in? Oh no, those aren't. Oh no, is it connected via another room? Because that's not connected. Max consumption. Yeah, so we do have. We don't know, do we? I don't. Does the? I think the. Does the oil auto-regulate? I mean, fuel rather. I don't know. Where is that? Because there's a distinct possibility if we're like hitting that. I suppose the consumption's there, so it's fine. Oh yeah, so it's that's the gap I need to think about, isn't it? And I've got like 500, 400, 500. Yeah, so if we hook them together, that'll kind of help with the power. And I can use the coal for steel. Okay. Now, hover pack. Let's actually have a look. Would it be better to do something else? And what requires what? So reinforced iron plate, that's all fine. We can get all of that. But it's level 5 belts. Who cares? Hazmat suit we do need. Although that uses... Ah, okay. Gas filters. Okay. Because we need that if we're going to do nuclear, basically. And then, oh, we could do that one. That does, in theory, get us... Ah, there you go, there's the supercomputers. But didn't it get... Yeah, there you go. The assembly director system. Is one of our target parts. Drones, who cares? So uranium power requires these guys, supercomputers, to do the research. And I don't know what the recipe on this is because obviously I've not unlocked them, but that is that one. So if I do that one instead, and I can have a think about that, because Why is that? Oh, okay. What was it? 1,000 plastic? Have we got 1,000 plastic? Yeah. That's not. Oh, there's the 1,000.
Milestone reached.
Oh.
Several parts more efficient and powerful than the human brain can now be made to compensate for many deficiencies otherwise encountered in future development efforts. The blender enables you to mix and/or combine parts and fluids for more complex recipes. Most importantly, project part number 6, the assembly director system, should be produced and delivered to the space elevator as soon as possible.
Yeah. Particularly pithy one, that. So. What did that actually get me? That got me. I just want to put these away. Can't put them away. So, we get the blender. And you need the blender, I believe, for the nuclear stuff, but also other reasons. Do you mind? Do we get any other machines? Or things? No. No. Okay, fine. Do. Right. Okay. Blender. Can I build a blender? Where is a blender? There's a blender. No, because you need the heavy modulars. Also need computers. So that gets us batteries. Okay. Okay. We waste water. Interesting. But then I presume sulfuric acid. Where do we make that then? That must be made in like a... Because the only chemically one we've got is the refinery, isn't it? Oh, I've not got any steel pipes. And I bet there's none in the machine. There's none in here, I don't think. No. We can have a look. What's the ADS made in then, sorry? So it must be in a manufacturer. No? Not an ADS, is it? Whatever it is. No, so it's not a manufacturer. So how many components has it got then? Is it an assembler? There it is. It is, but it needs ACUs and supercomputers. They are made from computer. Ah, but they're made from them. Are they AR limiters? I think they're called. It's not making two of them at all. And those ones, I'm pretty sure I've got a bunch of them in a chest. You see. Because we need 500 though. Each one of those requires 2, so we'd need 1,000 of them. Okay. So supercomputers we've not got any of, and we need for other researches. What do they need? Sorry, computers, do. So the other base is going to be better for making them anyway. But did we get any other recipes? So that's the AI limiter. Oh, that's Caterium. Interesting. Okay. You were batteries, weren't you? So that thing doesn't use batteries at all. So this thing doesn't use batteries. So I guess they're more for the... I imagine one of them does, but I guess they're more for the drones and stuff like that. Because I think they're a resource, aren't they, for drones? They actually use up batteries. But yeah, if I can get some steel pipes, we can see if sulfuric acid is made in the refinery. So enjoy this stuff. I know I moan a lot. I mean, I moan a lot anyway. It's just all in my personality. But yeah, I quite enjoy the discovering new things of it. It's just that, as I keep saying, it's when you come to actually build it, and you need to, you know, even with well, you either spend 10 hours designing blueprints and 5 hours building, or you spend 15 hours building. It doesn't really seem to save you any time. Okay, so prerequisite moan done. So 16 is 16's not enough for a foundry, is it? Refinery, rather. No, we need 30. So lack of these is now a real problem. So it's only made 100, basically. Not even 100. Because the pipes just aren't coming out fast enough. $22. $28. Well, it's got to be in it, because, I mean, the aluminum stuff's made in one of these. Yeah, there we go. Sulfuric acid is just water and sulfur. Okay. But I don't need that. Because I don't have a use for batteries. But it's a 5 in recipe, 5 water in, and then the other one. The other one. That one there, the blender. Assume there is a net loss, but there might not be. It might be a closed loop system. So it'd be 2.5, reducing 1.5, yeah. So it does, because the sulfuric acid was 1:1, and then this is 2.5 to 1.5, and also the alumina's got water in it as well. So there is a net reduction in the amount of water. Okay. What we really need to do then, which I'm pretty sure I knew already, is make some gas masks, or whatever they're called, filtery things. Are they not made in there? No? Okay. The manufacturer? That seems horribly complicated. Well, let's just check you. No? You need 50. The creature is in the way. Yeah, there we go. Oh, this is why I haven't done it, because it needs fabric. And I think there is a plastic recipe that gets you fabric. But I don't have it because it's a man one and I haven't done it yet. Is that right? What we got? No, it's not going to be in there, is it? Alien technology, no. Still haven't seen any sample. That's all very fancy and lovely. Here we go. Yeah, I've not done that because I don't have any of your bright blue polymer resin rubbish. Okay, and I would also need to give it 25 fabric anyway. Which you make from the mycelia. I make that. I would have to... I think you get the mycelia out of... Which one is it? There's like a sort of plant over in where my other base is, which counts as a mushroom. Turn up. Have I not made it in there? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, mycelia and biomass. Biomass isn't a problem. So yeah, we'd have to... That's a lot of messing about, isn't it? Should we do the hover pack then? What do we need? 250. I don't think I can put them in yet, though, can I? What do we need? We need 100 frames. We need 100 out, 100 of them. We've only got 200. 100 pooters. 100 pooters. And then 250 of your finest motors. Do I have any motors? Yes, but only 128. Okay. So we've got 176. 166 rather. Motors, what are you on? Top one, I think. Should put some signs on. And what's on each level? No motors here, is there? That's got, there we go. 100, 250. Nope. Okay. So I can get this one done just before the end of the stream, and that'll probably be it for today. Can I put this stuff in? No. See, why does it even have the time on? What benefit does that give? need you to go off again, my friend. I was only 5-minute wait on this one.
Milestone reached. The hover pack draws energy from nearby power connections, and so can only be used in their vicinity. It provides an excellent vantage point of your work, which you clearly need. Otherwise, you would have optimized that obvious problem by now.
Yeah, so logistics 5 is fine, great, wonderful. I mean, we can do it relatively easily. Got tons of all of that stuff now. So I might just tick it off the list. But it's this one's what we need, because that gets us the hazmat suit, which shields us from radiation, because working with the uranium without it is very tricky, because it does hammer you, or it used to anyway, does hammer your health quite a lot. I guess drones are a thing. I've never used one. Don't know how good they are or aren't. But what we would need to get into, which ones have got the... So it's the particle enrichment, gives us the pasta. That thing I think is, yeah, because that's like the ultimate level or something of the heavy reinforced modular frame thing. But now there's plutonium, isn't there? You can redo the... There's something now where non-fissile, it cannot be used for nuclear fission. Into fissile plutonium in the particle accelerator. Mildly radioactive. That's useful, the tooltip going off the bottom, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Moderately radioactive. Highly radioactive. I don't know if it gives a waste, does it? The plutonium? Because you can basically take your waste from, you know, I think they made it so that it, like, because you used to just have a increasing, pile of uranium, spent uranium, that just made a part of your map hazardous, or you found a cheaty way to dump it out on the map, sort of thing. But yeah, I think this was the solution to using up that uranium. I don't know though. Maybe you just end up with piles of spent plutonium. Make lots of bombs. The high natural density of copper powder makes this part of the perfect nuclear pasta. So that's all goes into that thing. I don't know if that uses uranium, maybe. I never. This is beyond where I got last time. So turbo motors are not one of the things. Thermal propulsion duties are. Where's the third one then? Because that's the pasta, the one on the end there. That's your rockets. Oh, a Mark III miner. Where is whatever the heck that is? Can I make that already? Oh no, there it is. So that comes out of uranium, so we really do need that one. Okay. So we need to set up some supercomputer production, is what I'm taking away from that. And we also need to do something around gas filters. Iodine infused filter. So that we can get that technology, so we can work with it. It's nearly back. Shall I just knock that one on the head? So it needs 400 of them. And 600 of them. Have I got 600 there? I don't think that's 600. 1, 2, 4. 550. Any more chickadee in there? A bit more of that. I think they're literally machine over here, aren't they? Okay. Oh, that's only a 5 meter one as well.
Milestone reached. Fixit dedicated this milestone to the conveyor belt and lift Mark 5. They may be implying that your factory could be further optimized. While they are correct, I believe they are setting unreasonable expectations. Having all of humanity very definitely relying on your work is a lot of pressure. It's a good thing I'm here.
The read on that last... I know it's AI generated, isn't it? Or text to speech or whatever, but I don't think that was meant to be said in quite that way. So yeah, so the text we need for doing the even more complicated bits of the last, well, I guess it's second to last elevator tier are these ones up the top here, and require all sorts of complicated things that we're not making. One of the reasons I was keen to do the, Desert Factory, making those heavy reinforced things, is because I'm pretty sure they go into those. I don't know, because you don't learn it until you get the thing. But yeah, it's another modular frame thing, so it'll be even slower than the one we've already got. Oh, I'm section bumping. So the heavy modular frame takes whatever it is, 2 minutes or whatever to make. 2 per minute. So this is going to be like, the next one is going to be, 1 per minute or whatever. And also require a load of other stuff. So I kind of figured if we can get that production rolling a bit better, then we could get some of those made. But really, I guess I should actually focus on that red guy. Did I select enough? I didn't, did I? We would need whatever those are. RCUs for that one. Yeah, we need supercomputers there. Whatever those RCUs. Is that the same one? It is, isn't it? Yeah. There. Yeah, so it's only these last two where it's a combination of all sorts of stuff we're basically not making. These we could probably make supercomputers. Okay. I wonder what I do next time then. I guess I should grind away making that heavy modular frame factory. Okay. So I'm going to select that milestone. If, as I say, I'm suddenly possessed with a desire to play this Green Streams and not Factorio, then I will sort out the filters, because it would be nice to get us in a position where we can do nuclear power fairly soon. And then when oil falls over yet again, it's not going to be so much of a problem. Oops. Right, well, there we go. That is it for today. Let's put the old schedule up. And that's it for this week as well. We technically have, not technically, we have a bank holiday tomorrow in the UK, but I will not be streaming. I will instead be working on my next speculation video. That speculation video, main menu, there we go. That speculation video is about Folgora, whatever happened to the Folgorans. And that will not be out for everyone for I guess it'll be 6 weeks now. In the meantime, my second video, which looks at how you shatter a planet, will be coming out for everybody in 2 weeks. It is already available for members. I have a YouTube channel. If you're watching on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, you already know that. But on my YouTube channel, I post up videos as well as live streams, and that series is kind of a replacement for all the speculation I used to do around the Friday Facts. I used to do Friday Facts videos where I would speculate about all the stuff that they were hinting at or teasing or explaining or what have you. Those videos are all still available. You can run through those. People still watch them. It's quite pleasing. I guess I don't know. I wouldn't imagine. I imagine some people just have it on as background sort of thing, maybe. But yeah, it was a hugely fun series that I used to do. A hell of a lot of work. But yeah, that is kind of the replacement for it. As I say, if you wanted to become a member, it costs £4.99 or your local equivalent, and that gets you early access to all the videos that I do. If they get to be a significant number of members, then I'll probably start doing more exclusives. But there are a couple of exclusive videos. For example, on that Shattered Planet video, I messed up basically in the first video, and one of the members I do have, PT Dog, pointed out that I had not taken account of relativistic effects, which you can take as you will. So I had to redo the video. So the version 1 is now a members exclusive. There's also some outtakes I did and some, well, that's it basically. But yeah, the idea is to have a very small handful of fairly innocuous member only benefits, because it's only a cheap subscription. Or I guess, cheap by my standards anyway. I say if it does, if the more members do come along, then we can start doing maybe exclusive live streams or maybe some play sessions or something like that where we all get together and play. Yes, so if you are watching on Twitch, I say you can watch on YouTube. I live stream to both, and vice versa. If you're watching on YouTube, you can watch on Twitch. So you have your choice of preferred platform. On socials, I really only use Blue Sky, and I don't really use that very much. But you can follow on Twitter and Discord. I guess maybe if Elon gets bored of whatever he's doing over there and sells it on, then maybe I'll start using that again. But there's also a Discord, which again I'm not particularly active on. Discord's not really my cup of tea. Stream wise, we will be repeating this pattern of Factorio and Satisfactory. I'm less now that we're getting into some properly new stuff, and I'm ignoring the fact that I need to grind out factories making hundreds of iron plates and screws and all this sort of stuff. I think I'm okay to keep going. I've got over that particular annoyance that I had. But the Factorio series we are belting along with, that is a series looking at parameterization and prioritization and all these new things that they added for vanilla version 2.0. I will almost certainly be adding train elevated rails and quality to it, maybe to explore those as well. But I'm kind of stepping back from Space Age because, as I was saying yesterday, it was all a bit overwhelming for me. It was a bit too much all at once. So I'm trying to learn the version 2 stuff to get my feet, planted, and then we'll look again at doing more Space Age. Very tempted by some of the mods that I've seen, if I'm honest, adding new planets, but it's adding even more content to something I don't really even understand. So yeah, basically the pattern will repeat. We will be going Saturday Factorio and Sunday Satisfactory all the way up until the end of June, when I'll be taking a small break, and then it should be all the way to October before I have a proper holiday. I think that's all my self-promo-y type bits. Is that everything? Feels like this camera's in the wrong place, or I'm cropping it poorly. Is that everything? Yes, so as I say, new speculation video for everyone in 2 weeks, currently available for members. Next one should be available for members, when the other one goes live, so in 2 weeks, and then available for everyone a month after that. It should be a monthly series, and I will be trying to do other videos as well, particularly like tutorials and stuff like that, if I can work out a quicker way of doing them. So yes, if you have been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Satisfactory. Thanks for watching. Cheers.